When we have simple past as a tense, we only discuss the past. When we have simple present, we're only talking about the present. With present perfect, this is a tense that starts in the past and it is still continuing now. So it is not finished yet. In this tense, we need to use have or has plus the past participle verb. When we have our regular verbs, we'll always use ed, and all of the irregular verbs are different. There's not a rule for these, but we just need to memorize them. If we look at these examples, this first one I said, I have lived in Dallas since 2007. That means I moved to Dallas in 2007 and I'm still living here now. When I say we have studied today since 8 o'clock, that means we started to study at 8 o'clock this morning and we are still studying. We haven't stopped yet. We have studied this semester since August. That means we started in August and we're still continuing. With present perfect, we're going to use I have, we have, they have, you have, plus the past participle verb. For he, she, and it will be he has, she has, it has, plus the past participle verb. Like I said, for the regular verbs, we'll use ed. For the irregular ones, there's not a rule, but we just need to be able to memorize them. If we look at this list will show a lot of our irregular verbs. And we need to use this list here on the very far right that says past participle. So if we look at some of these, let's say drive. In present tense, I say I drive. In past tense, we say I drove. For present perfect, it needs to be I have driven. I cannot say I have drove. It needs to be this one here on the very far right, I have driven. Same thing with eat. Simple present, I eat. Simple past, I ate. For present perfect, I have eaten. We're always going to use this verb here on the far right. Here are a few more examples. We have studied since January. This means we started in January and we're still studying. I have lived in Dallas since 2007. My sister has been married for 20 years. This means 20 years ago, my sister got married and she is still married now. It's still continuing. My father has worked at his job for 10 months. He started 10 months ago and he's still working. We can use negative sentences here too. And I haven't seen my sister for 1 year. This means about a year ago I saw my sister, but then I haven't seen her since. Seen is the past participle for see. Present tense, I see. Past tense, I saw. For present perfect, I have seen, or here, I have not seen my sister for 1 whole year, and then it's still continuing. For a yes or no question, I can ask, have you studied English? This is a very simple yes I have or no I haven't answer. Has your friend cooked dinner? This is a very easy yes he has, or no he hasn't. We can use since or for to talk about how long something has happened. We can use since for a specific time and for the length of time. We have lived in Dallas since 2007. If I wanted, I could say I have lived in Dallas for 13 years. This would mean the same thing. It's 2020 now, right? So I have lived in Dallas for 13 years. I have lived in Dallas since 2007. These two mean the same thing, and we can say since 2007 or for 13 years. It's 11:30 where I am right now, so I can also say we have studied for 3.5 hours. So it's okay to say we have studied since 8 o'clock. We have studied since 8 o'clock. We have studied for 3.5 hours. We can use both, and they both mean the same thing. Okay? I have been married for 5 months. Right now it is June, so I can say since February. I have been married since February, and it's June now, so they mean the same thing. If we look at these questions, we can ask how long when we want somebody to answer with since or for. Earlier, I answered I have lived in Dallas since 2007. This next question asks, how long has Donald Trump lived in Washington, D.C.? And the answer is he has lived in Washington since January of 2016. How long have you had your shoes? I have had my shoes for 6 months. How long have you driven in a car in the U.S.? In the United States, we can get a driver's license when we're 16. I can say I have driven for 25 years. In some instances, we can use present perfect to describe activities that are either finished or activities that we need to do very soon. Here's a list of some things that we have to do either every day or every week. Okay? Since we do these tasks all the time, we can use already or yet to describe if they're finished or if we need to do them very soon. Just so you know, already is a positive sentence, and yet will be for the negative. Okay? Here are a few examples. When we say, I have already cooked my dinner, that means it's finished. I have already eaten my dinner, that means it's finished. I have already done my laundry, that means it's done for the week. I have already paid my rent, that's done for this month. I have already bought food, so that's done for now. Already will always be between the have and the cook, or the have and the verb. That is our rule. It must be between have and the verb. And already can only be used for a positive sentence. Yet can only be used for a negative sentence, and it will be used at the very end. I haven't cooked yet. But when I say yet, it means that I will in the very near future. I haven't cooked right now, but I need to. I haven't eaten yet. It means before now, I didn't eat, but maybe I'm hungry and I will soon. I haven't paid my rent yet means I didn't pay, but I have to very soon. We always have to pay our rent every month. I haven't done my homework yet. I haven't paid now, but I should soon. When we ask a question, we're going to ask with yet at the very end. Have you done your lab homework this week yet? We can answer yes. Yes, I have already done my lab homework. Or no, I haven't done my lab homework yet. So when I say I have already done my lab homework, that means it's finished. I haven't done my lab homework yet means I haven't now, but I should do it very soon.